Hello everyone. From fashion to education, that's been my journey and I have loved every bit in both the spaces. So when I was told to speak on this topic, I thought that will be easy. But the more I spoke and the more I thought about this, about fashion and about inner personality, the more I realized that fashion isn't just about brands or trends. It's about the whole you. It's not about fitting in or standing out. It's about how you see yourself and how the world sees you. Our thoughts influence our style, and our style influences our thoughts. Psychologists call it enclosed cognition. That is, what you wear affects how you think, feel, and behave. When we dress for a role, our mind starts thinking alike and it follows. Psychologist Adam Howe and Adam Galinsky, they published a research in 2012. They did an experiment in which they gave a group of students white lab coats, told them to wear them and their doctor's coats, while they gave another group white lab coats, told them they are painter's coats and they had to wear it. And yet to the third group, they gave white lab coats, told them they are doctor's coats, but they just had to watch it, not wear it. In the end, when they did a test, these people who wore the white lab coats, which are doctor's coats, they did better on the attention test. All the memories were better. Our fashion choices often mirror what we are thinking inside. When I was discussing about this topic with one of my bosses, he told me a very interesting story. He said that for telephonic interviews, now this is before video conferencing, before COVID, he for telephonic interviews wore suits. Why? Because it made him feel more confident, more in control, and ready for the job. That is why footballers wear jerseys and soldiers wear uniforms. If you're ready, that's the time you look at your audience, imagine them, look at the context, and then dress up accordingly. Not to fit in, but to take that out of equation so that you can focus on your work. Your clothes are also, your uniforms are also tools for your mental focus. When we are changing our style, we're not only experimenting with fabrics, we're also experimenting with our identity. And one such person who did it to change history was Gandhi. Gandhi's changing style, his wardrobe showed his evolution. When Gandhi was in London, he wore suits because he was a lawyer. But when he came back to India, he started wearing Indian clothes. He realized that wearing Indian clothes was not cutting it because he wanted Indians to be simple. But when he saw the poverty, he changed himself. He started wearing the humble dhoti and khadi shawl. Gandhi's changing style mirrored his inner transformation from lawyer to leader, from self to service. Sometimes the path to inner change is through the external validation, the external signals we give ourselves. So when we are changing ourselves, it is not important how you think of yourself. Everything is changing. What you value, that's changing. How you're thinking of yourself, that's changing. And how you want the world to see you, that is changing. So keep hunting for your style. What you're wearing as a university student will not be relevant when you're going to college or to the professional arena. But what you wear in your 20s in your professional arena will not change when you go in your 30s, and most certainly it will not be the same when you will be in your 40s. So keep changing your clothes and behaving the way you visualize people to see you. When we talk about these women, They redefined power in their own way in their times. These women had to step in boardrooms and political arenas which were built for men. They had to make their own space without losing themselves. So if you will look closely, you will notice something very interesting. Any guesses? They all had short hair. It wasn't a random style choice. It was their silent declaration of authority. It was a visual signal that they gave to the world that they belong there and they mean business. Again, you have to be confident in what you're wearing, and that will show in how you work. Andre Agassi, when he was 19, he started losing his hair. And he was very embarrassed about it. So he started wearing hairpiece even to the matches. One night, before 1990 French Open final, he used a wrong shampoo and his hair started falling apart. He spent the whole night fixing his hair with bobby pins. Next day, when he went in the court for the match, he was stressed, distracted, and he lost. Years later, when he came back, he was bald, free, and he won the Australian Open against Pete Sampras. That's how powerful what you think of yourself and what you wear shows. I moved from the fashion industry in the USA to the e-commerce industry in India. In US, I was working for a fashion house in New York, and well, I had a very New York style of dressing, which is black, minimal, and sleek. And when I came to India, everybody was wearing happy, beautiful colors. And may I add, very interesting silhouettes. I clearly stood out. So much so that few of my friends would make fun of me for dressing in such a New York style. I was not very confident about myself at that time, and to fit in, I changed my whole wardrobe. It was a bittersweet experience. I liked myself in the new me, but there were times I felt that I am forcing myself into a mold. And to my surprise, one of my colleagues once said, oh, they loved my meticulous work and they didn't care what I was wearing. And that they admired me for my work, for being different, and for being authentic. That's the time I realized that confidence is the best accessory. Fashion is not about impressing others, it's about expressing yourself. Here is the thing. Confidence doesn't live in your wardrobe, it lives in how you show up. When you have worn and chosen your clothes, your body continues the conversation. I'm sure a lot of you would have heard that we only have 7 seconds to make the first impression. In those 7 seconds, people don't just notice your outfit, your clothes. They also notice or feel your energy. So work towards your confidence, your body language, your posture, your smile. All of these make your personal fashion. Fashion is not vanity, it's how you show yourself to the world. Next time, when you're dressing up, don't dress to impress, dress to express. Thank you.